If you're watching this video right now, then my guess is that you're also watching a ton of YouTube videos on business, mindset, productivity, you name it. And you're probably like really trying to consume a lot of advice on how to get more things done in every spare hour you have, because you don't have that much of free time today in your daily life to achieve your goals, your financial goals, your financial freedom. And you're probably following also a lot of advice from those influencers, from those gurus. But whatever you do, just don't fall into the same trap that I have fallen into. So today I was growing through my coaching program, and I was just spending my time in this community, and I've seen that my coach has posted that, oh, there is this one really great Berlin house mix that you should really listen to in your deep work session. And I thought, that sounds strange. I mean, I've been looking at a lot of YouTubers, and they were saying that, oh, music is bad for your dopamine, it spikes your dopamine levels up. When you're going to work, you really get dependent on this music to get your work done. So if you get used to it, then you're gonna have trouble when you have to do some work and you have no music. You get a point. And so I was always holding this belief, and when I was working in silence most of the time. But today I thought, if my coach is doing this, why not I just give it a try? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? In case I really get addicted to this dopamine thing or whatever the hell, I can just drop it, like nothing even happened. And so I was working with this music on, and boy, my focus was amazing. Like, I don't even remember when I was that much focused. Like, literally. I usually play with my environment. I try to get as least of the external sounds as possible to me. No distractions. Working like not in front of a window so I can't see any birds. Like those little micro thingies that I've learned from all those gurus. And yeah, and all of those ideas, including this one that I shouldn't listen to music when I'm working, it were cemented really deep and really solidly inside my head. But it got me thinking today, because like, if I got a much better and much more productive session than usually, maybe I was wrong this whole time. And so this brings me to this one idea by Robert Greene, who has written his absolutely amazing book, The Laws of Human Nature, where he said that ideas are just something to play with. And here's the tricky part. I certainly wasn't someone who was playing with ideas. I was marrying them. But yeah, what also I could say about this thing was that marrying this idea, you start really overthinking through it. Like, alright, I gotta do this, I have to listen to no music, music is bad. I start overthinking, and I'm just operating on some theory. Like, if you really think about it, the problem that I was missing out on a lot of those focused work sessions was because I wasn't listening to music. And so what I could have done, what I could have done is I could have at least tried working with this music before, not just blindly following something that I haven't even tried and practiced before. And I would have discovered that, bro, it's so focusing for me to get music on my background. So what I'm trying to say here is that you shouldn't marry ideas if you haven't tested them. Sure, ideas are something to play with, and you should break a lot of them because we all have limiting beliefs. But like, even if there is some idea that you'd see a lot of people saying, I couldn't come up with a quick example right now, but you could see there is some idea that people are saying, and like it's something negative. Like for example, no one said it, but like, don't drink alcohol before your deep work session or something like that. But like, what I'm saying is that if people are generally pushing it, maybe you should try it for your first time and see if to prove if they're wrong or not. And like, if this whole thing actually, like, this whole wars that those gurus have said actually manifest into reality, like you're drinking alcohol and they said that you lose your focus, and you feel that you're losing your focus, the next time when you're working, you will not want to drink alcohol because you don't want to lose that focus. You feel me? You have experienced something, and so as a result there is this belief that really gets solidified into your brain. And what I'm trying to see here is that try a lot of things out. Maybe they're negative for you, maybe you think that the consequences of it will be negative, but who knows? You probably, just like me, you were convinced by someone just because they have authority. And like, we as humans, we are programmed, we have those mental shortcuts to save mental energy so we could survive easier. And so there is this one mental shortcut that we listen to authority. If there is someone who has mentioned or showed that they have made $100,000 online, and they say something, it doesn't mean that it's real or it's gonna apply to us. I mean, we are different. We're different from each other. If it worked for them, though they may have authority, it wouldn't work for us, or vice versa. You get me? A lot of people, they're just being, I don't know, they're losing out on so many things simply because they just fall in this trap of authority bias. You see where I'm getting at? So yeah, I mean, if you're watching, I don't know, YouTubers like Hamza, I mean, this dude, he has literally told me back in the days, like 3 years ago when I started my self-improvement and business journey, he has told me a lot of things to do, a lot of how to optimize deep work sessions, blah 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 blah. And a lot of those things, I haven't even tried them before, but I thought, alright, if he's saying that, I have to believe it with my whole heart. And so as a result, I may have not tried things, I may not have got my own experience from which I could have learned much better, and could also like teach it to other people as well. And I don't even know what I was trying to say here, but just, yeah, get your own experience. Those people online, as I've said before, it may have worked for them, or they are maybe trying to push you something you don't have to hear, you don't need to hear, but something you want to hear, so they get more clicks, more views, whatever. If you're in this online business world, you probably know how this works. Sometimes like people are even doing clickbaits, just like really bait people into watching their stuff. You feel me? So yeah, just experiment shit out and question reality. Because a lot of things that are being pushed, not all of them are the objective truth. You gotta like understand that. But yeah, I'm seeing that I'm just like drilling this point over and over again, and I'm literally not saying anything new. So yeah, to summarize everything, because it was, during this 9 minutes, it was a lot of info. But yeah, just don't marry a belief, don't marry an idea, play with them. Ideas are to play with. Listen, if you don't want to listen to me, listen to this guy who has written quite a few books, Robert Greene. You probably have heard his name from 40 Laws of Power or something like that. This dude, he was literally putting approximately, I don't want to lie to you, but like 300 hours into a chapter or into his book. 300 hours of just research. So if this guy has researched all of this shit and it's saying it, if you don't want to believe me, believe him. But yeah, to summarize again, ideas are just something to play with. Don't fall prey for the gurus who sound promising, because what they are saying is could be working either for them and it may not work for you, or it could be something that they're just pushing out there to get views, to get attention, and so in the end they can just sell their own course. Maybe there are more points I have covered in this video, but if you really think that you need to hear them or you need to remember them, I don't give a fuck. I'm just focusing on my road so I won't crash here. And yeah, just feel free to replay this video and like listen to those thoughts, because I think I will have to rewatch this video. It was fucking crazy. But yeah, hope it helped, guys.